we love to hear people call in with their own opinions because these are opinions you don't really get to hear all the time.
And after 3 years of lies and smears and slander, the Russia hoax is finally dead.
I'll get back to you when it's over. Hey, what's up, guys? How is everyone doing this evening? It is 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7th of May. I put out a couple podcasts out there for you. Are we 5-5 in here and you can see me? Thank you to all the mods who showed up today. Thank you for everyone else who tuned in this evening. This is an open forum call-in show. We talk about whatever you want. Again, I put out two podcasts today, one being about censorship and the other one being about just news in the media and also Epstein Island. New footage coming from a drone, as I talked about earlier, about how there was the dome, the golden dome is missing, Moloch is gone, that we are all familiar with. They're trying to cave in the tunnels that are on that island, and it is just a nightmare island. Let's just be honest. So many things have gone terribly wrong there for so many people, and I really hope that they can get some sort of extract team down there, some some black ops team. What's Betsy DeVos? The Blackwater team. They need to get somebody on that island, and pretty crazy stuff, my friends. You could call into the channel. We're gonna give it a couple more minutes. Like I said, this is a call-in show. 3 more minutes, and we'll move on from there. If you want to donate to this channel, you most certainly can by going to the PayPal or Patreon link that the mods post within the chat, or you can super chat down below, and that's the best way to support the channel and keep it afloat due to censorship and demonetization, which happens a lot. Happens to a lot of people. Shannon said, second time I tried to watch your video, it said it wasn't available. Oh, that's not good. Let's take a look. Sorry, guys, just checking this out. It's still up. Let me fix it real quick. I don't know what the problem would be. That's strange, guys. I guess I fixed it just then. Unavailable. They like it. They don't like me, do they? The number to call, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. The number to call is 803-399-0044. 803-399-0044. It's open forum. You can talk about whatever you'd like to. Time travel is cachet. Somebody says. Who says that? Bug1 said that. It is available. 700 people have seen it already. I don't know. Michelle Lane, thank you. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. Windfeather, good to see you.
One. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hi, Marco. Are you there?
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. How are you?
Everything good, man. Camilla Harris started grilling him,
Yes.
and the key to that whole trial, you consult with career ethics, did you blah 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 with the ethics board, and and then he went on to Rod Rosenstein and talking about how he was handling the whole case and he was doing everything, a witness plus handling it. Because then when she asked Barr about how was he able to do that? How was he able to handle it? And I guess the ethics cleared him on that with the handling of the Mueller case. So there's something going to come out with that, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know.
A lot's gonna come out with this Mueller case, man. It's gonna be a landslide, my friend. It's gonna
blow the roof off of it. I think he's changing the whole government system altogether. Like, I think the whole thing is just going to be totally transformed into like a new era.
Oh, of course, everything is going to be changed for the better. I mean, we're witnessing history. We're nothing short of that. We are witnessing history, and I believe that once this takes place, you're like QAnon says, it's out with the old guard, in with the new. That's what will be happening.
And did you see the whole thing with Comey's dog dying? There was a couple articles about Comey's dog saying his dog Benji died, and now McCain's wife is saying that their dog died, and their dog Verma or something got its head stuck in a drain pipe, but then its body floated out through the other side. I think there was some kind of like, I heard she's involved with like that child trafficking stuff, man. I think that this is like some kind of code, like with this whole thing, man. It's just it's amazing how much is exposed now. You know what I mean? It's just see it for what it is, and it's awesome. I gotta thank guys like you, man. I mean, you guys just, you're my favorite, but you guys just
thanks,
totally
dude.
Do it.
I appreciate that, man.
Worried. I was getting worried. I was like, dude, when is this stuff gonna just come through, man? Like, I would put them all on an airplane. I would load them all up on an airplane, and I'd fly them all into a building in Iran somewhere. Like they did 9/11. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There's nothing that can happen to these people that just, I don't know, dude. It's just whatever they get coming to them, they deserve it 100%.
Absolutely, man. You know, I posted something that a lot of people got mad about on Twitter. I'm not going to repeat it just because people got mad. I didn't take it down. I'm surprised I didn't get banned for it, but you know, it's just that how can anyone have remorse for any of these people? Any of them? They're all
none.
I have no remorse for them. I don't care what happens to them. You know, they're garbage. They're a stain on society, on humanity, and I think we're gonna persevere here sooner than later. Man, I appreciate your call, my friend.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I'll be calling back, man. I'm just studying a bunch of stuff right now with this whole thing going on. Like, I've been involved with this. I've been looking at this, like, with the Rockefeller. Like, I've been looking at this for over 10 years, man, like 10, 11 years. But people back then, when I started saying it, they were like, dude, you're crazy, man. That's just a conspiracy. But I mean, it's all turning out to be true. So
absolutely,
I'll keep my ears and eyes open, man. And glad you had me on the show, brother.
Hey, so great first call, my friends. Look is off, you know.
Call from
Shane.
to accept, press 1.
Hi, Shane. How are you?
Because we still don't know. I think that it's a play. I think that this is just another way to back them into a corner where they're not going to be able to escape. What's your thoughts?
Well, the first part, I agree. I agree that this is some sort of a play that, you know, I mean, there's a lot of thoughts. You know, there's a thought that, you know, how are they so, it's so technically placed to where it's all panning out. Like, Q says something to this date a year ago, and within maybe 2 days, it happens. I find that to be so I don't know how they're doing it. I really don't know how they're doing it. I hope it to be a good thing. And I don't know, man. I mean, you think this is a bad situation? What do you mean they're going to get backed into a corner and then they're stuck there?
I think it's a good situation. I think that Mueller was I think this is a setup, man. I think this is a complete setup by the military, the NSA, and it's a play, and they've just used everything just to expose how filthy, dirty, and evil the Democrats are. That was the only way they could do it. To kill evil, evil's got to kill itself.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
And that's what it's doing, exactly.
Exactly. And I think that when Mueller gets up there and testifies, I think he lied in the Comey report or in the Mueller report on purpose so that they would bring him back in. And
Sure.
then when he answers who Mossad is and, you know, with the House Republicans, they have nowhere to run after that.
Absolutely
over.
nowhere. Yeah, absolutely. Like Q says, they won't be able to walk down the street.
Exactly, dude. And I'll be completely dead honest with you.
Yeah.
I honestly think that this, in so many words, the Bible is what it is. I'm a strong believer. I'm a strong faith believer.
Mm-hmm.
But everything that we're seeing today is what the Bible interprets. But we're in today's times. In my heart of hearts, dude, I think this great awakening is the second coming of Christ.
Absolutely, and I agree to that as well. I really believe this is, you know, a new age, which I follow both. I'm not a strict believer in either, but I stand on that line on the fringe of both. And you know, it's like ascension or the second coming of Christ or an awakening within our DNA, something.
Mm-hmm.
It is spiritual nevertheless. That's what it is.
I mean, look, there was a 7.2 earthquake yesterday in Pompeii.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the writing is on the wall. This was a God-driven prophecy for Trump to get him in the office. Because if Hillary would have won, we were done, dude. We would be in concentration camps. When she called it deplorable, the freaking UN 10,000 plus vehicles are here for a damn reason. They're not here just to be sitting on American soil.
No. Very, very scary, man. And like I said, you know, I really believe that this is the turning point of that evil was in charge on this realm, on this 3D plane Earth. It was in charge and it was winning. And then really believe our souls were sent here in past lives or in just to come here and witness what is taking place.
Yep, I agree 100%, man. I'm just ready for the show to start. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, me too, man. I'm ready. I think it already is starting. You know, people say we're waiting on World War III. I think this is World War III. This is war. If you think this is not war, you're naive because it is war.
I mean, and what do you think about that plane running off the runway at the Naval Air Base in Jacksonville? Do you think that was just a happenstance?
No. Well, if you remember one of the Q posts, you know, that it said that 7 out of 10 planes that go down on purpose.
Right. So, you know, the deep state's nobody to fuck with, man. And
no,
this is, you know, and honestly, I mean, if you saw Jerome Corsi a couple years ago, you know, he talked about the military. They had a plan to go in and remove Obama from office. And they didn't go through with it because Trump said he would run. And dude, when he said that he would drain the swamp, that wasn't anything that he dreamed up. He's a brilliant man, but there's higher powers, man, and there's more divine, more power behind him. And I just cannot believe how stupid Democrats are. I really never really followed politics. I mean, when Obama was in office, I was just like, whatever, this is a dumbass and we're fucked. But after Trump got elected, I told everyone, I said, dude, if he runs, he's going to win. Oh, no, he's not. It's like not even a chance. And he won. And I said, guys, this is a divine intervention.
It is, man. It's exactly what it is, dude.
I've red pilled everybody I can. You know, I told them, hey, if you believe in God, you know, you seriously got to look at this, because we are in our end times. If we do not win this battle, our country, our world, your lives are done. No, you're not going to go to hell, but you might as well, because you're going to be living on hell on earth, and you're going to have people telling you what you can and can't do.
Absolutely, man. I completely agree with you. I 100% agree. And very smart caller. What's your name?
My name is Shane. I go by Navy Vet on Twitter.
Okay, man. Well, Shane, thank you, my friend. That's good conversing with you, man. You know a lot. You're in the right path, the same path a lot of people are on, and you know, let's just keep waiting, keep researching, just keep putting out a positive energy and positive vibes, and call back anytime, my friend.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man. God bless.
Thank you, Shane.
Go off.
Take care, my friend. Bye-bye. DV Phil with the big super chat. Thank you, my friend. He says, thank you, brother. Well, it's right back at you. Thank you very much.
Call from
Bug 1.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hi, Bug. How are you?
Hey, bud. How are you doing?
I'm good. Having a nice, relaxing evening. What's on your mind tonight?
That whole Epstein Island thing. Everyone's looking at the top, but they're forgetting about the underground tunnels that lays beneath, and that's what they're not discussing.
Yeah, I've already a podcast, you know, months and months ago. I've gone through that. I think that part's been done to death, and I didn't want to sound redundant, so I just, you know, those new photos, 50 new photos came out of drone footage after the fire, after the construction was being done there. That's why I brought it back up again, because I didn't want to do the same old. But yeah, plenty of people have talked about those tunnels, and you know, it's a scary thing, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, and I've seen pictures of can't remember his name, but his YouTube channel has been disconnected or whatever, gone. But he had pictures of, like, they looked military but not military, and they were all over the place, and all the windows and doors were open as they were going in, and pictures were shown.
Holy that's nuts. I have not seen that.
Really? He only had like I think it was 25 or 2,600 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
But his YouTube channel doesn't exist anymore. He had pictures that no one else did. He wouldn't talk or anything. He would just show pictures with titles.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you know, that's crazy. If somebody can dig that up, that would be wild. I think no. I think the drone footage is pretty cool. It was really, really close. You know, some of those pictures were, you know, 6 feet away from that temple. A lot of people say that was a control room, you know, where they would have like it was
like an elevator. That's where they went down.
Yes, correct. So, you know.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, these wicked people, I mean, the things that they do. And there's supposed to be like underground tunnels underneath the Vatican, the White House, the Smithsonian, the Lincoln Memorial,
Manhattan,
and Trump was supposed to be standing on one of the false graves that was like one of the beacons for one of the underground channels that Q posted.
Mm-hmm. Jeez, yeah, that's I know about the underground tunnels on most of those things, and I do know the ones below, the ones below the White House are well known. I think what a lot of anons have figured out, and what I've talked about on this podcast months ago was you definitely have tunnels up under DC, Comet Ping Pong. You have it under Manhattan, under the 666th
Right, the
building.
major places.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you have a lot of secrecy. Who knows what goes on? Who knows how far down those tunnels go? Very very interesting stuff. I love these type of conversations because there's so much to learn from it.
Oh yeah, and to discover. I mean, we're only
And to discover,
scraping
yes.
the top of it.
Absolutely,
It's crazy.
100%. I completely agree with you. Very interesting stuff, and I really hope that truth is disclosed and as Q says, 100% or transparency is the only way forward, and that's what I think we're all awaiting for. That's what we're waiting
Oh
for.
yeah, absolutely. The darkness to light. That's what I'm hoping for too. Bring it all to light. Let people know.
100%.
This world is not a pretty little happy-go-lucky kind of world. It's dark.
It is very dark, but that's just because energy is here that we've been held down by through TV and movies and music and so on and so forth. But if you're just nice to nice to yourself first and foremost, and then be nice and kind to those around you, that energy will change. It spreads because we're all one and the same. We're all the same person, sharing the same consciousness.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. That's why I take care of my neighbors. They're older than me. I'm in my 40s, but they're older than me.
Mm-hmm.
I do what I can. Even my husband even helps. So we
Very
love
nice
our
of you.
neighbors. They're really old but so sweet.
Well, that's what everyone needs, neighbors. It's not good to not know the people who live alongside of you. It's always good to have camaraderie and just be kind to one another.
Exactly. We got a tree thing going on. I mean, some of us got fruit trees, some of us got veggie gardens. We all trade during the summer and fall.
That's awesome.
And everybody's happy-go-lucky.
Well, I
and
like
it's the
that.
city.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you got
all
a
you gotta
nice
do is
setup.
just get to know your neighbors. That's all you got to do.
Yes, ma'am. I completely agree. I thank you for the call, and call back anytime you want to.
Oh, well, thank you. Have a God bless day.
You too. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, great call. So, my friends, I hope everything's good on your side of the computer. It's great to have, a good crowd. I do notice it is being shadow banned, and that's fine, but we got a good crowd in here. Pushing through a lot, my friends, for you, for myself, trying to stay on top of things for as long as I'm able to, right? I will continue to do this until time runs out. But if you haven't already, if you're a new subscriber here, you can please hit that notification bell so when I post, you'll know when I go live or when I post a video, a podcast. That would be great. You can also donate by going to the super chat below the chat. It will flash across the screen. Everyone will see that you are donating to a great channel. Also, you can go to my PayPal or Patreon, and those links the mods place in the chat. I thank you very much. So,
Call from
Terry Mod.
to accept, press 1. To send a voice.
hi Terry, how are you?
Hey, am I on?
Yes, you're on.
Am I on live?
Yes. You don't want to be?
I just wanted to talk about Abel Danger. Phil McConnell just did a live stream before you went on,
Yes.
and he told us that's of Monday, May 4th at 3:11 p.m. that the United States was free. There are no fringe on the flag. The IRS is gone. Social Security is gone. The ABA, which is the American Bar Association, all lawyers will now be called counselors, and they will have to go back into training and have constitutional law. And
Wow.
Northern Trust has been disassembled as well.
So the IRS, America is free. All lawyers are now considered counselors, and they have to go back to be basically restructured. Is that what you're saying?
Into constitutional law, correct.
Into constitutional law. and this is from Able Danger, and that is that's huge.
Bill McConnell.
Field McConnell.
He admitted that he is one of the 4 military guys that was helping Trump. He said it was Mattis, General Kelly, I think Dunsford. Is that right?
That sounds
General
familiar.
Dunsford?
Yes.
And that and Phil McConnell was the distractor to pull them out of the weeds and make them run and scream. And then it was up to the other 3 guys to flush them out, to get them once he flushed them out.
This is huge news. This is crazy news. If we need to research that and get information over on this side and spread it.
As of Saturday, the attorneys should know by now that they cannot be attorneys until they have had the new education in constitutional law.
That's incredible.
Which is huge. Yeah, and I think judges too. I'm not sure about that, but there will be some reforming of not only federal government, state and local as well.
That's amazing news. Thank you, Terry. That's everyone's just kind of blown away right now. That's incredible.
And Able Danger was on live, so you can go to YouTube and go under Able Danger and see the podcast that you put on, and it's just everything that I confirmed.
That's amazing.
So I have, for the facts. Okay?
Wow. Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Thank you, Terry.
I'll go back down. Bye.
Alrighty. Shannon, that's right. Yeah. That is crazy. You need to watch Able Danger's show from today. Everyone is saying to go do that. That's amazing. Wow. Well, guys, it looks like we could be set free. Are we set free? Are we under a new regime? We the people regime? Do we run the show now? This is unbelievable. Matty I says, support the real news now, Patriots. True is the real deal. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Matty. Appreciate that. Unbelievable news. Great news, everybody. If you want to call in, you can. 803-399-0044. Let's see what's going on Twitter. Paula Johnson says, also, new Social Security cards have USA in gold letters. Jesus. Quinte, welcome. That's crazy. Tina Schroeder says, I guess school shooting is just not interesting to report on. What school shooting are you talking about?
Call from
Michelle.
to accept.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Hi, Thomas. How are you, my friend?
I'm having a wonderful night. How about you?
Yeah, that just blew my mind. I wanted to ask you, or maybe some of your viewers, has anybody looked up the video Pale Horse? I haven't finished it. I think it's a 4-hour video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it was talking about the execution of John F. K., where they had film footage of his driver turning the gun around and shooting Kennedy in the neck. Okay?
Wow.
Actual film footage. And the guy that wrote it, I forget what his name was, but he was in the Navy, and how he saw UFOs come out of the water and the sea parted, and he was told not to report that. And basically everything that's been going on in the New World Order and how the rules were all written and stuff. A lot of stuff in there to blow your mind. So it's called The Pale Horse.
Yeah,
kind of like,
yeah, it's
wow, it blew me away.
It's called Behold the Pale Horse by Bill Cooper, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
But I couldn't believe some of the things I was hearing. I'm like, wow, this is some crazy stuff, you know? And
Yeah,
how,
that's a
how
great
they did
book.
capture, in Roswell, how they did capture alien life form, kept it alive for a couple of years, took their technology, is in alliance with a group that's called the Alliance. I don't know if they're here to help us. Like one of their rules are basically they'll intermingle with us, but they're not supposed to change history. And they're they're fighting the reptilians and all those people in Antarctica and stuff like that. So some crazy stuff. And I've been doing a lot of research on Antarctica, which kind of like really blew me away too, because there's a whole city there, no fly zone. When you fly over the center, it's like 70 degrees, all green with waterfalls and all that stuff. And now the ice caps are melting, and you're seeing all of these tunnels and these caverns and these cities that have been down there for eons. You know?
Yeah, that's you can look into Admiral Byrd, right?
Yeah.
It's another great story.
It's wild.
It'll take you on a deep rabbit hole where I think I pray that information actually comes out and we actually get to indulge in it. That would be great.
Yeah.
And know it to be fact.
Yeah, well, you know it was really interesting too, how back in it was maybe in the 70s or in the 50s, they actually had a plan to get everybody together with the United Nations to form a hoax that, you know, all the countries would lose their sovereignty if they turned around and made a big story that we were being invaded by aliens.
Correct.
So that was where the New World Order was starting, which was kind of interesting too. And I was like, wow, that's some crazy stuff, huh?
Yeah, that's I've been down that rabbit hole. So that was when I first started to wake up, and that was just amazing information. And Michelle, you're going down the right path. That's really interesting stuff. Don't fair warning, just don't get black pilled. Don't get bummed out.
No, I hear you. I listen, this is all made known to us for a certain reason.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The vibration has changed. I feel it.
Me too.
I know since I started going down this rabbit hole, like, certain things come into your life that kind of like try to throw you off the path, or things start breaking down, or things start getting crazy. But, you ground yourself. I do my meditation, my prayer, my candles.
Yes, ma'am.
All that kind of stuff, and the protection. And I say my prayers every day and include you and all the other patriots.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet.
Leaders.
Thank you.
Yeah, all the world leaders and world peace for the people that really are waking up. And I can feel the change. I never felt this change before. At first when I first went on this journey, I was so depressed, but not any longer.
Yeah, you'll get black pilled. I got black pilled for a week or two when I first learned all this stuff, and after that, I just believed. I've never believed anything more so, and that's why I started the channel, and I just researched constantly about everything. Yeah. But Michelle, I appreciate your call. Always a pleasure to hear your voice. And
you're growing leaps and bounds. Let me tell you, you're doing such a great service to so many people. And I know sometimes it becomes this anchor on your leg, and it feels like it's dragging you down. But by you getting dragged down and carrying this load, you're lifting up so many people, and you don't realize the ripple effect it has.
I don't.
That person's going to talk to somebody else. I'm telling you, it's you're making a change. You are changing the world for the better. And all who's on that page right there, all who's conversing with one another, we're making change. So that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And I wish you well, and I will always watch you. You're one of my favorite patriots. Believe
Thank you,
me.
ma'am.
And I think you're growing, and I think there's a lot more in store for you. And I will see that one day. I know that. I can see it in you. And I wish you good tidings, good journey, and keep being strong. And thank you for all the things you do. And you got a good crew there too, by the way.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Michelle, call back anytime, please.
God bless you.
Yes, ma'am. God bless you too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Michelle, so kind. Floricio, always with the super chats. It's so helpful. You have no idea. She says, "Hello, my friend. Check this show when you get a chance. 20 to 2022 prophecies and predictions with Pastor Steve Ciolanti. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It was eye-opening what he said about Trump and Israel. As always, enjoying your show, and all your hard work is appreciated. Floricio, thank you so much, ma'am. I greatly appreciate all the generosity. It means a ton. You have no idea, and it definitely helps. Very kind.
Call from.
Manny.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hi, is it Manny?
Yes.
Hi, Manny. How are you?
Doing?
I'm good, my man. How are you?
Hey, I've been following you for about a year or so.
Oh, wow.
And,
Thank you.
I've actually learned about Q about 2 months after he came out, spread the word. But there's one thing I'm hard pressed to find information on, and it's the books. I know a bunch of people write about books and stuff on Q-related things, but I was hoping to like get a list of books that I could shop for.
Okay, yeah, that's I do. You remember when he posted about the books? Do you remember that?
Oh no,
Okay.
I don't watch all the live shows.
No. This was months and months ago. This was like the middle of last year, and he posted out a bunch of books. I think if somebody in the chat knows what I'm talking about, there was a way that you could find. It was a list of like, it was so many books. It was like 100, 200 books, maybe even more than that. Could have been less. But, I would focus on Nikola Tesla. Any of his books are amazing. They're incredible. You could, there were so many. I bought like 4 of them. I can't get away from my computer right now. But, I'm sure if you look on the internet, Jordan Sather, I remember, put out a podcast about that, about the books. You may want to tweet at him and get that information. But I'm sorry I don't have more than that. But there was a post
on the spot question.
Yeah, there was a post where that he did link a ton of books, and it had to do with the it had to do with the trip codes. You know, the different trip codes that he would use to come on.
Yeah.
If you type in those numbers into Google, this is so crazy. It's kind of cool that you brought it up. If you type in those numbers into Google search, those are the numbered of the books. You know, like when you have the spine of a book and it has like the number on it in libraries. Those were the numbers were on those trip codes, and they each were significant books. I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure that's what the whole story was, and it's crazy. But if you want to look into that furthermore, with like I said, follow Nikola Tesla. Anything that he had put out is incredible. There's a ton of other things. If you give me a moment, I'll tweet it. If you follow me on Twitter, and that's a whole rabbit hole to go down. A lot of books out there for it.
Oh yeah. I was just hoping, because I'm always hard pressed in certain arguments to pull up information, but I'd rather pull out a book, and be like, here, it's past every inspection and authors, and everyone's checked it out, so you can't deny the fact that this book is here.
Sure.
But everyone says YouTube isn't a source to me, and I'm like, no, it's not from YouTube, it's from this guy. But it's those dumb arguments, so I prefer to switch to books and close out my arguments that way.
Sure.
And that's why I'm trying to get a list of books to buy.
Yeah. Dang it, man. I had a really good book that I read, and I can't remember what it was. Well, give me a second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, man, I'm just gonna have to tweet it out later. If you follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting, I'll send it out there for books that link up to Q.
I'll check out your website later.
That's cool, man.
I just don't do Twitter.
Oh, I don't have a website. I need to make one though. God, I wish I had one.
Oh, is there any websites that I should be following, by the way?
Websites? I can't think of any off my head at the moment. You know, where I get my information is from Twitter. I also go to, this is a good website. Let me show you or tell you about it. It's called, real quick. It's called freedomforhumanity.com. That's a good one.
Right.
Yeah, check that one out.
All right. Thank you for the info.
Thank you, my friend. Oh, they're telling me on here that Corticon, which is the guy, he's not on Twitter, so. But anyways, my friend, call back anytime. It was a great conversation with you. Thank you.
You as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So Corticon, I remember seeing, it may have been. Somebody saying Neon Revolt put out something. I looked at his, that's so weird, guys, because I looked at his website about 5 hours ago and I didn't see anything. Oh, he did put out something. Wow. Might have to hop on that, my friends, right? And you know what? I like him. He gets a lot of flack because he kind of is on his own thing. Like, he'll kind of go up against Q, other sorts, and then, you know, he gets blasted for it. But the guy's just doing his job.
Call from Emily.
Hi, Emily. How are you?
Hello. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's on your mind tonight? Good to hear from you.
Hey, so I got like the middle of your show, so I don't know if this has been discussed. I heard you guys talk about Abel. I don't know if that was in relation to JFK Jr., probably. But,
no, it was, I don't know what it was. It was for the fringe, the gold fringe on the flag, where it was talking about how basically there's going to be a reset. It's pretty incredible.
Well, a lot of people had been reporting that supposedly JFK Jr. was calling in to his show. I mean, there's a lot of information going out there, and I think a lot of people are hoping that it could be good enough to be true. Mm-hmm. And then there's Q that, you know, posting about George, the magazine from JFK Jr.
Yes, ma'am.
And a lot of synchronicities, especially related to Trump, and kind of some ironies. But anyway, that's not really why I called. I more or less was calling about your feelings about Mandela effect. If you think that is, a real thing that people are experiencing.
Yes, I think it's real.
So, do you think that it is like the Matrix, so to speak?
Yes.
So, are we like going into multiple different alternative Matrix?
Yeah, like a multiverse?
Yeah.
I think it's breaking down.
So one thing I had thought was, you remember when, I mean, a lot of people say that Hillary Clinton has been executed. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's true. I mean, when you look at pictures of her, I mean, it does look like her, but there are some things that seem different. But, you know, with makeup and lighting and, you know, costuming and hair, they can do a lot of things. But do you remember those videos, seeing her, like, kind of glitching out or, like, kind of tweaking out?
Yes.
And that one when she was on stage with her husband and she's kind of like, whoa. Like, looking up.
Very weird.
So and then, I don't know if that same event, but there was another time where she, like, kind of collapsed when she was going back to the car.
Yes.
And my initial gut feeling was, this is the glitch. She is glitching out in the system right now. Is she then therefore, trying to alter the system? And then if that's the case, I mean, time travel or portals or how people access them seem to be more probable. Or why certain places in the world, like ley lines and even like the Grand Canyon, all these elusive places, are they in Antarctica? Are those the places where people are able to access these different dimensions, so to speak? I don't know.
I don't know. That's just something that is something I'm so interested in, and I've heard that she may have Kuru disease. She may have epilepsy. She may have some kind of brain cancer or something. I don't know. Obviously, what I really believe is that they're all dying. I think they're all dying, and I don't believe that they are who they say they are. I believe that they are. I think they're possessed to a certain extent. I believe that they have gone too far down that dark evilness, that hole, and they were consumed, and now they are just a shell of a body. That's what we see in this face to face and on television. But inside, I don't think they are themselves.
Yeah, for sure. When you posted yesterday on Twitter that picture of her, like a skeletal picture, it was like, that is kind of in my mind's eye how I view her. And when you saw that, it triggered me. Like, I remembered this WikiLeaks email I read about her and Huma.
Yes.
Talking about how they're vampires, and it just like made me feel so creepy.
Dang it! Did you send that to me?
Yeah.
I forgot to. I had that saved in my phone, and I meant to put it on the podcast. But so Emily, real quick, I'll bring everybody up to speed. So Emily sent me a it was from the WikiLeaks, the Podesta emails, and Hillary, I guess, was conversing back and forth with Uma Abedin, and Uma Abedin said we're now vampires. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so what the hell are these people talking about?
Well,
I want to know these things.
So there's a part of it that I feel like we're just never going to know the whole story ever.
Yeah.
But we might be able to understand all of the complexities if we're allowed to know some of these truths. Mm-hmm. But like that video that supposedly the New York police had from Wiener's laptop.
They still have it.
If that video is real, which I will never. I almost watched it. If it were the real deal, I just was like, no, I cannot unsee that. But if that's the case, I mean, but it's kind of in line with what people are talking about with these satanic rituals and sacrifices. And this is not like a new thing. We've learned about this in Mayan societies.
Yes.
But the fact that this is going on nowadays is mind-blowing. That's so heathenistic and barbaric and just, it's wrong.
Yeah.
So if she was practicing those type of things with Huma at, probably at Epstein Island, she probably had her own suite, to do these things, I think that is very probable. And I don't know why they're waiting to reveal all of this when people have been leaked this information. That's what's kind of irking me. I just want to move past that.
Yeah, I mean, there's, I guess, a curious side of me that wants to, I want to know it all, but will it break me? I mean, I don't know, but what I want to know, I just want everything to turn the corner, and I want us all to be debt free. I want us to all to be pulled out from this I don't know, this rut that we've been in for centuries. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like us. I believe we all have a purpose, and we're definitely held back. And I want to know what our capabilities are. And it's just I'm just done with it. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
I know. I'm so in debt. I just feel like I'll never get out. But I want to be like hopeful. Like this could turn around. But we'll see. But I
see.
had seen a few documentaries, and they are like probably early 90s, and I will look it up and send it to you.
Okay.
I don't know it off the top of my head, but there were children, teenagers, some adults, where they were telling their story in England about their experience at, sex trafficking and their rituals that they were subjected to in these huge castles that are historic and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old. And you cannot access these places. They have, triple security there. But these children are giving their firsthand experiences, and just based on their body language, their facial expressions, that they are telling the truth and why they would want to talk about such gruesome things,
Absolutely.
And they do kind of lay out the procedure, some of these sacrifices, if you will, the grotesque things that they do. So if anybody's curious, that information is out there. To at least give context, because it is hard to wrap your head around. Like, we don't do stuff like that. It's not even.
But that's
normal.
what I'm saying. Why we don't do these things, because we are still we're still full of love and care, and we still have souls. I don't think these people can do this. I'm even talking about people. If you are in these what are they, the M13 gangs, MS-13 gangs, they're like beheading people and stuff. They're demons. These are the foot soldiers of the deep state. That's what they are. And if you're willing to do that, they're soulless too. That's what it is.
Well, I read something interesting today about these radical Muslims and their views of their religious beliefs is that any kind of negative inference to their religion or their practices, they have like zero tolerance for that. And
correct.
So it is like how they're brought up, and I'm surprised that nobody in our society has talked about this, like the sensitivities in their weird, like warped way of looking at life. But that's where they go. They go from 0 to 100 with, if you don't like our religion, we're going to talk about beheading you. But that's like not normal.
It's not normal. And I like what Time Travel in the chat says. He says, we are empaths, not psychopaths. That's a good line, man. Very good.
Yeah, for sure. So, I don't know. I guess I didn't really have a direction in calling you, but I was curious about the Matrix and like if we were seeing live time Hillary Clinton like glitching out.
I think it's a breakdown. What I think it is I think that what the Mandela effects is a breakdown of the Matrix. The energies are shifting, and that's what we're witnessing on a 3D level. There's probably more going on beyond that we just can't, we just can't fathom. We can't take it in because we can't comprehend it. But I think that's what's happening. That their simulation is breaking down.
Well, and Trump too, in the Trump train, these books that were written about Barron Trump, living on Fifth Avenue in a hotel, all these synchronicities, that can't not be random. And I also think
it's not random.
Really fascinating. Like,
oh my God, yes.
Antarctica, like where we need the crown jewel right now. Like, and also what is China doing in Antarctica? They're doing very strange things.
They are doing strange things.
The patterns of their flights.
Yep.
Or people's like what do you say, those iPhone watches or whatever, where it like tracks people's movements. They're very strange movements. Like in straight lines. But anyway, I hope that we will be granted the opportunity to know what the heck is going on there.
Absolutely. And, Emily, I greatly appreciate the call. Keep going down those rabbit holes, and the whole deal with the Mandela effect and what's going on with Antarctica and so on and so forth. I believe that I think that I think it was one of the first 3 callers said that this is definitely, I don't know if it's the second coming of Christ. I don't know what this is, but it's something spiritual and it's something incredible. And we're here to witness it.
Yeah, live.
We're here to witness it live, absolutely. Absolutely.
God bless you, Thomas. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
All right, Emily, call back anytime.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, my friends, that is it for the stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. I am going to put out some more podcasts because I'm trying to be proactive. I'm trying to be a very good person. I myself have turned a corner. Let me tell you that, okay? I want to thank all the mods who are out there, who have definitely done their part. Very, very kind of you to, to do what you do and post links and just to help out this channel. It means a great deal to me. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. Please like, share, and comment. It would mean a great deal to me. And if you're financially able to, you can go to the super chat down below and show some love. It will flash across the screen so everyone can see it. You can also go to my PayPal, my Patreon, in the links within the chat, and they're below every podcast that I put out. My friends, take care, be loving and kind to one another, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Have a wonderful evening. God bless you. Bye-bye.